It's not an AMA. Short recap about the games. This is a play-by-play. No Instagram, these holograms. Boy, these ain't the same. This out Harmon, you know we do things a different way. We got in the room, come join the team, but don't be in the way. Stay tuned, join that Patreon. We do giveaways. Make nutted than ATM, you know they on a different wave. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, pick a day. This out Harmon, you know that we glad you here today. This not an AMA. This not an AMA. This not an AMA. Short recap about the games. This is the play-by-play.
Shit. What's good, everybody? NFL Week 13 fantasy football recap. I'm here, Adam. I'm here. I made it. The drink's a little bit stronger. I ain't rocking no fucking Eagles jersey tonight. That team, they got their fucking ass beat, man. It was horrible.
It was.
That was rough.
I know you don't want to hear shit right now, so I won't do too much to you. But I will say, I think in a way, this could end up being a good thing for them. Wake their fucking asses up, man. Happened in the regular season. You got to hope so.
That defense couldn't stop a wet fart. Couldn't tackle. Couldn't fucking do nothing. Right?
Dude, I was shocked to see them just get beat up that bad on all sides of the ball. Like it just.
Right.
I've never thought Philly would get beat up like that, bro. With the team they have, honestly.
Damn. San Francisco brought it. They're definitely pissed off about getting their ass beat last NFC Championship game. So
we'll get to that one later. But let's start with Mike. Some crazy starting blow-ups. So the Colts and Titans, we got a Gardner Minshew, man. Whoa, what the hell happened there, huh?
It was so hard it kicked you right off the screen, bro.
Dude, did you see that? That thing fucking destroyed me. Gardner Minshew blow-up. Actually, Mike, I did that on purpose because that blow-up killed me in one of my best ball leagues.
Oh, you playing against the little Gardner?
Yeah, I fucking lost to that motherfucker. He blew me up, too. Can't believe it.
Especially after he turned into a pumpkin recently, too.
Would you have ever seen them coming to win that game, like with him doing as much as he did and Moss doing nothing?
Not lately. Not putting up 31 points against the Titans, who's kind of like a ball control. Kind of hard to put points on them just because they keep the football a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ooh, man, Gardner Minshew, blow-up week. Who would have guessed? Killing you.
Well, and you know why? Well, we all know there's a couple reasons. But listen.
There's a dude that he throws
There's a dude, his name is Antoine.
No.
His name is Antoine.
This is the first time he's did fuck all year.
It is, but this guy right here is Antoine. What we've seen all year is Alec, Mike. So,
that's true. It killed you again, Antoine.
Apparently, this game, it did actually fuck me. Not Antoine, but Minshew did.
Do you think that's enough for us to lose our bet? We got a big bet with Rip, though he's not around very much anymore. About who scored more points this year, Antoine Pierce or Juju?
Oh man. Does Juju? You think Juju still could have him or no? You muted. Maybe.
That's how bad it's been. This is Pierce's first touchdown all year. So
this is Pierce's first sighting all year. I didn't even know he played for them anymore. Now let's at least acknowledge the guy that actually has been balling, right?
Stop sleeping on this fucking guy.
Hey, what I called it, man. Baller of the week wide receiver. I said Michael Pittman for me. Now, he's not the wide receiver one on the week because, there's
Debo Samuel exists.
There's Debo having that week. There's Tyreek Hill who basically had whoa, you see that thing? Crazy. Tyreek just did that in what? A quarter and a half? Like what the fuck? Yeah. Ridiculous, man.
Michael Pittman's good though. Really good. Talk about being consistent, man. He's got that Mike Evans shit to his game.
Yeah, I love the way Pittman's been playing this year and how he's tracking for fantasy teams, man. Been awesome.
Can we put him in the wide receiver one talk for Dynasty?
I think he should be. I think he should be. I don't know that. I think most people won't, to tell you the truth. But let's just do it real quick. Let's play the game. Keep trade cut, Mike. Yeah. All right. So I'll pull up keep trade cut and I'll ask you who you'd rather have. We'll see where you're at.
Fair.
All right. Let's do the would you rather. So wide receiver, obviously you're going to start at the top. You're going to say no all the way to like A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill. How about Garrett Wilson?
Him or Michael Pittman?
Yeah, in Dynasty.
I think I'll still go Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
But
okay, Olave.
Conversation. think I want Michael Pittman.
Do you? Okay. Damn.
Yeah, I think I'll take Michael Pittman.
I didn't think you'd write off Olave that fast. All right. I think I'd still probably take Olave, who had another nice game today. But, Mike, I get you. I think around here. Okay, Jalen Waddle. How about Jalen Waddle?
Pittman.
I'll take Pittman ahead of Waddle. I think, but I've said Waddle's a lot more name value than anything lately. What about Waddle, or what about Ayuk or Michael Pittman, Mike?
Same picture.
Same, different, but same. How about Puka or Pittman?
Ooh, man, Puka's just doing it in his rookie year, which is like kind of holds crazy amount of value. So probably Puka.
Yeah, I think right around there, though, I'll have the conversation. You know, him or Zay Flowers, DJ Moore.
Pittman or Addison.
Yeah, I'll take Pittman ahead of Addison.
There you go.
But that's where I was going to actually have him, in around 15 to 20 range, which I don't even know if most people put him there, man. I think he's a little disrespected. So it is what it is. Josh Downs, another quiet week, right?
Who?
His stat line's been down for quite a bit, man.
He's put him on a milk carton. Ain't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve this color hologram, man. Get off the screen. All right.
Peace.
DeAndre Hopkins had a nice game today.
He did. Right after Will Levis yelled at him. That's all he needed.
Yeah,
to do.
Will the Thrill getting into it with the guy, man. Let's go.
Will just screamed at him. Got his shit
Speaking
going.
of which, what'd you think of Will today?
Completion percentage, horrible.
Really, really bad.
Sometimes his awareness for pocket presence, terrible. But also elite arm talent, elite ability to fit balls into tight spots. And just kind of that fuck it attitude, which, if I got a quarterback, sometimes I don't hate that fuck it attitude. Joe Flacco making that fuck it attitude work. Like, here we go.
Don't remind me. He had a couple good looking balls, but then it's like, man, it's still Flacco. He ends up leaving the game, but what did you think of Derrick Henry's performance, and where are you at with him now? What do we know?
So I've been buying Derrick Henry for this playoff push. He's got a gravy schedule. This was one of them. He gets this fucking defense again in a couple weeks in the fantasy playoffs. So bing, bang, boom. It's going to be interesting, though, next week. Concussion didn't come back to the game, so we'll have to see if he's going to clear in time to play. If he doesn't, you might have some interest in Tajay Spears, but the problem with paying for Tajay for at least next week is you're kind of seeing it with these guys where we talk them up, like the Jalen Warrens, the Tony Pollards of the world, the Tajay Spears, like, oh man, look how efficient they are. Mm-hmm. They're efficient on limited touches, and then they get a whole lot of touches, and all of a sudden they don't become that efficient, right?
Yeah,
they just become kind of meh. Who gives a shit? So really hoping Derrick Henry's back, but maybe there's some interest in getting Tajay on your team at least for next week. But the problem is he's young and people like him, so his dynasty value is going to be a little bit higher.
It'll go ridiculous. He'll end up having to color one next week.
If for whatever reason this opens up any type of Derrick Henry buy window for your playoff push, though, for the actual playoffs, 15, 16, 17, get him. Beautiful schedule for him, and he's still got it.
Yeah, he showed today. Dude was balling, Mike. It was looking a little more like the OG Derrick Henry, right?
Just think if he actually got that fourth quarter, when they were really trying to get back in the game there.
Yep. All right, let's go to the Commanders and Dolphins, Mike. What was your take? Let's just start with Tyreek, man.
Boom. Alien. Tyreek 3K.
Looks like he's permanently on fire right here, man.
I tweeted it out, Adam. I'm changing it from warp to torp.
Tyreek over replacement players. How many Tyreeks?
How many Tyreek's worth over a replacement player? That guy's fucking good, man.
You know what's crazy, Mike? If this game was closer, Tyreek Hill is going. I mean, no one's touching him. No one's stopping him. Just insane what he was up to start the game. People cannot cover him. Doesn't matter where it is, man.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's awesome. Not going to finish as wide receiver 1 on the week, though.
No.
Talk about some blow-ups from all these fucking wide receivers, but what a top 5. I don't think I've ever seen a wide receiver top 5 on the week where everybody's over 30 points.
Mike, so here's my question for you. Tyreek Hill right now is at, is this right, 1481 after today?
Sounds about right, yeah.
How many games we got left for him to get to this 2K mark?
Well, they already had their bye, so this was week 13. So every single week for the rest of the season through 18. So what's that?
We got 5 weeks. Yeah.
5 weeks.
5 games. So he needs 100 a game basically.
500 and some yards.
Yeah, he's 529. So
100 a game. Well, he was on pace to maybe get that in this fucking game.
Yeah.
The way he was starting out.
Raheem Mostert, Mike, is going to probably be the leading rushing touchdown getter for Dolphins history.
Nuts, huh?
In a season. Is that nuts? Sorry, let me clarify. Yeah. In a season. For those that are going to freak out on me.
Yeah, not all.
Crazy.
All right.
Crazy.
It's impressive. Hey,
Jeff, can we put the Jeff Wilson thing to bed, by the way, Mike?
Yeah, that dude's bad.
Come on, stop
Terrible.
it. What were you going to say about... Oh, yeah. Achane is back. He doesn't actually deserve to be on fire, but I'm putting him on fire anyway because he's back in a big way,
Yeah, well, he is.
He wasn't, it's not the technical 3 in a row, but man, when he plays a whole game, it just is gonna happen.
He's RB2 on the fucking week.
I know.
Welcome back. Needed you. I got him on all my Best Ball Mania teams. Thank you. Coming in clutch week 13. Let's go.
Mike, I was looking at it ahead of time. I forget now. I think it's every week but one when he's played the majority of the snaps. Like he's been playing the whole game, didn't get hurt and leave early. He's like a top 5 running back, locked in.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's a cheat code.
Well, I don't think I'm ever going to say when he's healthy, start sit on, on Sunday morning. Who do I play? Don't matter. Achane. It's always the answer.
Mike, here you go. 41% snaps, 48% snaps, 60% snaps, and whatever he ends up at today. All RB4 or better. So
he played a lot in that second half after that blowout.
That's
but
crazy.
But he's getting snaps in the first half when they were blowing him out, or starting to blow him out. So.
All right, let me ask you, what's your take on Waddle here?
Meh. It's all name, really. He had a nice week last week. This week, just kind of back, man. I think this guy is just too much name value for actual production. Mm-hmm. You think Garrett Wilson's bad for that. Jalen Waddle's even worse, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So at least Garrett Wilson gives you some of those highly productive weeks.
Yeah.
And you got an excuse, right? You got a Tim Boyle baked in, a Trevor Siemian, Zach Wilson.
Yep.
You don't got that with Waddle. So I'm moving.
I don't know. I think, Mike, I've been saying for a while, this is a guy I want to sell. I don't have much of him anymore, but
right.
Let me ask you right now. You're a contender. You have a week left. Let's say you're not in the shit league. You have a week to trade. Who are you trading? Can we get a list?
I have this dilemma, Adam. What do you think? I have him on a contender.
Well, you have a no trade deadline, but we'll go with.
No, this isn't my league.
Oh, really?
So trade
okay.
deadline. As soon as Monday night's game's over, we're done.
Okay, who are some targets? Who have you been looking at, or who could you reasonably get, do you think?
Well, I just got Mike Evans in another deal. Threw him on there.
You got Evans for Waddle, straight up?
No.
I was going to say.
I made another deal.
Okay.
That one this morning on the start set, I traded
Kyle Pitts. Got it.
So I did add Mike Evans to the team already. Do you think it's stupid to go Waddle for Keenan Allen and just push all in?
Straight up, I think it is. It just seems like it's really, really heavy value-wise. Could you even get a throw-in back? Is it best ball or lineup?
Lineup.
Man. Could you get a plus? Is this a rebuilder or a contender?
I guarantee it's on a contender.
I don't even think – you know what's crazy, Mike, is I don't think a contender would even do it. Do you?
But if you wanted to be savvy, we were talking about an America's game with Eric this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's something reasonable, though, to do? If I'm competing with another top team, they have Keenan Allen, who's dominating. I have Jalen Waddle, who's doing fuck all most weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go head-to-head. Is the dynasty value too over the top for them to say no to? 1 for 1.
Not only do
I put the points on my team, but I take it off a competitor's team.
Right. I don't think they'll do it, though. I would send it. I would send it there. I think I would. I'm curious what the chat says. What would you guys do there? Curious.
Just something to think about.
All right, Mike. What's up with the Commanders? I mean, I know they're not gonna have a hard time with the Dolphins, but it doesn't feel, as rosy as it once did. I guess is the way I'd phrase it.
3 targets for Terry, no receptions. Brian Robinson, hamstring, missed quite a big chunk of the game. Sam Howell didn't play well early, made up for it fantasy value with a couple rushing touchdowns. Wasn't good.
No,
wasn't a good week
it was
for the
not
Commanders.
good at all. Like you said, Terry, nothing. Are you concerned at all for Howell, the way he's finishing?
No, not really finishing. I mean, we know this offense isn't that great to begin with. We were kind of shocked that he was putting up these points. So
Sure. Okay. No, I'm just saying, for the team, keeping him around as the potential long-term guy. Okay.
No, I think he's done enough.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm just asking the question, as
That's
some
fair.
people would say. All right, Mike. Let's go to the Browns and the Rams. I felt like today, almost as much as I would like to see the Browns win, this was I could just feel the energy that the energy from Puka needed to be back, and he did it. Because I could feel the haters starting to come back. Not gonna mention any names, but I could feel like that. I told you he's not really that good. The crazy part too, Mike, is for me anyway. I'm curious where you're at on him. Like, Cooper Kupp got the score late there, right? But he's relegated Cooper Kupp to definitely, in my opinion, not the number 1 role, which is really, really crazy to think about, man. Like, Cooper Kupp has not looked like Cooper Kupp all season, frankly. Could be partly injury too.
He did the first game back, and he kind of put Puka on the back burner. And then Puka did it to him the second game. And then they were both shit for like the last 4 weeks, right? And neither one of them done fuck all. And then Puka's back to being the dude again this week. So it was good to see him come back, though, right? Because, Adam, if you would have gone another week of him doing fuck all, right, it would have been like, oh, now we need to start to panic or worry because was that just an aberration early in the season? Did you catch a little lightning in a bottle and now we let it go? But he exploded. A little bit worrisome, though, right? That shoulder injury, I thought that dude was done.
The crazy part is you're thinking it's a shoulder, like, there's no way he's going to be able to play. Turns out it's ribs. And then, season
That's
over?
what I do when I...
No. I'm back, baby. And he looked just as good as ever in the second half, frankly. He looked like he didn't miss a beat, man.
He was banged up at all.
No.
Yeah.
So...
How many times you come off the field like holding your arm like that where you're like, oh, yeah, that's a fucking shoulder if I've ever seen one. It's like, nah, it was ribs.
The way he landed, you just knew it was a shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Good for him that his shoulder's okay, though. So then let's get to, Mike, Cooper Kupp here.
Been rough.
What did you think of today overall?
He's just kind of been unimpressive, right? Salvaged it with the late touchdown for sure, but... Adam, you remember that conversation we were having in the off season, right? I'm telling you, like, don't fade these old guys. Tyreek, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams. You're like, let me throw one more in there, Cooper Kupp, and I'm like, I don't know, man. This hamstring, this fucking shit going on with him just got me worried. Like, he feels like he's on the verge of falling off a fucking cliff. 1 week, I was like, damn, all right, I was wrong. Cooper Kupp's still that dude, and ever since then, worst nightmare. Worst nightmare.
Right now, it's Puka over Kupp for you, straight up in Dynasty, right?
Yes. No question.
All right.
No question.
I figured it had to be. At this point, it feels like it almost has to be. And anybody that doesn't, I think, is probably holding on a little bit to nostalgia. I guess the way I'd put it.
I will literally take Devontae Adams
over Kupp now?
Yes, no question about it. I mean, that would be a home run slam dunk. I feel like I have to add something on to Devontae Adams.
What about Kyron Williams, Mike? What about Kyron Williams? Where you at?
It was salvageable, right? Against the Cleveland Browns defense. We thought it would be rough and, maybe most of his work would come through the passing game. It was actually the opposite. He did some shit on the ground, got a touchdown. Not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, 88 on the ground and a TD versus Cleveland. I mean, Mike, I'll be honest. I don't have any worry about this guy when healthy at all in any capacity. No. I think he's
another RB 1 week from him. Just churning him out.
I'll ask you this question again. Do you think would you pay a first on a contender if you were really good and you needed RB?
Yeah, I think he'd do it.
I do too.
Now I'd like to use that pick for something other than running back.
Of course, I'm not saying like this is the only thing you can do with the first if you're a contender. I was saying if that's the avenue you had to go, or you explored other options. It's something I would do.
And you know how many tight asses there are in your league that aren't giving
for sure.
stuff up. There's fucking rebuilders like Diamond Hand and Keenan Allens and Mike Evans of the world for whatever god awful reason. But
yeah, I got to keep. There's a rebuilder in one of my leagues, Mike, that I'm really strong contender that has Kyron and Henry and isn't moving either. So it's like, okay, well.
Well, fuck you then.
Maybe your team will be better next year with these guys, a year older.
You're going to learn today.
All right, Mike. Today. Lions and Saints. Chris Olave, no touchdown, but another 100-plus yard game. I feel like he's, regardless of what the situation is at quarterback, he's starting to maybe not quite live up to the hype we gave him in the offseason, but he's starting to get closer to it. He's feeling a lot more consistent these last 3 weeks. Basically 100 yards plus the last 3 weeks. I think he was just shy 3 weeks ago.
I know at least one of those would have put him under 100 because of an absolutely terrible Jameis Winston throw.
Oh, my God.
That just so happened to get tipped
Dude.
to Chris Olave.
How bad was that?
I hear this shit every single week about Derek Carr, man. Like, we got to get Jameis in. And he's fun, and I like Jameis, okay? But he fucking sucks at quarterback, too, man. He's terrible.
It feels like you guys suck at your job, man. It's one of those.
He's bad. No, it's nice to see Olave come around and salvage this because it was headed down a pretty bad path. We thought, this is the weird thing, man. People were hating on Chris Olave, and rightfully so. Like, he wasn't really doing fuck all. Right? And it was kind of sporadic in between, like when we did see glimpses of it.
Right.
Jalen Waddle's been doing the same thing, and I don't see the fucking hate coming for him. Why? It's so weird.
I mean, I understood it, Mike. I'll say this: I understood it going into the game versus the Vikings because it was like 7 weeks in a row. It felt like of like 40 or less or whatever. But now it's like, okay, each week he's getting the targets, he's getting the yards, he looks just as explosive and great as ever. And we know the situation at quarterback is very I'm not going to knock Derek Carr's entire career, but Derek Carr has not been the Derek Carr we've really wanted this year, and he's been banged up a lot. So I don't really know what else you want from Chris Olave when he's getting 3 games in a row, Mike, of 100 plus. Like, what do we I don't know. I mean, given the situation, too, it's pretty crazy that he's actually even doing this well, frankly. All right, Mike. Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara, man.
Oh, man.
This guy is just
one of the best Dynasty startup picks all offseason, right?
Well, he's just one of these guys that if you bought into it during the offseason when it was scary hours, he's paying off in a big way. He's one of these perfect guys that you just didn't pay shit for that's absolutely winning you week in and week out, man.
See, that trade that I made that sent Sean into a tizzy, right? Which is probably realistic for a rebuilder. Like, you look at it, you break it down and go, Mike's sending a first for Austin Eckler. Ha! The first is actually for Alvin Kamara. He's better than Austin Eckler.
Well, Mike, we normally don't do this, but listen, Super Chats still reign supreme. So even though it's Canadian, we'll take it. Would you start Dillon, Reed, or Watson down 19?
I'm down 19. I'm starting Christian Watson.
Watson. It's not Dillon. 100%. If you wanted to like go wild card on Reed, you can do that. But it's Watson for me. If you're down this many points, man.
You're smashing Watson.
Yeah. Anyway, so then Mike, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, just consistent as all get out.
Ho hum, wide receiver 1.
Apparently, he also broke the. Oh, there he goes. He was breaking everything, but.
You would like to see him get more. Like, he started off hot and then didn't do anything for the rest of the game.
Yeah. He's Is it ever going to happen, Mike? Let me ask you this. Is it ever going to happen where he's just considered as good as these elite guys that everyone doesn't want to say he's as good as? Like, I don't no. Why won't we give this kid his crops? Like, what does he have to do? I'm genuinely concerned.
5th round draft capital sticks with you for a while.
I mean, fair enough. I'm just asking the question. Here's your boy Sammy LaPorta. The production finally hit this week, right?
We finally did.
Hey, he looked great this week, dude.
Here's the interesting thing, man. We had a couple tight ends blow up this week after we were like, tight ends don't matter. Fuck these guys. Trade them all.
I think Not everyone. There were some people that, some guys that confirmed our calls, but a lot of people it felt like came for us this week. Like, hey, I heard what the fuck you said. Watch this.
I tell you what, though, if people want to value him up there at the top still, like want to do it, especially after this one, even better. Now I can finally actually see.
I will say, like, I've been talking a lot about just sell Sammy LaPorta, and guess what I'm going to do today, Mike? Them last couple shares, they're hitting the black one more time, buddy.
Just one more time.
What can we get, What can we fucking get?
I do appreciate it, though. Being an Iowa fan, I just like to see him play well. From a dynasty standpoint.
Oh, 100%, man.
Tight ends still don't matter. Sorry.
So let me ask you this. Jahmyr Gibbs. Any concern for today's usage is, I guess, my question. Okay. Yeah.
Nope.
I was actually told to ask the question. I'm not either, but just,
Whoever told you that.
You have an idea, but I'm not gonna. I told him. I pinky promised. Speaking of tight end blowups, let's get to the Cards Steelers. Trey McBride is gonna get himself a nice little red color hologram here soon, buddy.
Talk about a tight end on a heater right there, huh?
Trey McBride, man. Can I, Mike? Let me ask you this: can I bunch him in with the Kincaid and the
Yep.
the LaPorta as far as this? It feels like we gave him a redshirt year, and now it's like he's kind of included in this rookie hype train thing that's going.
Yep.
Not that he doesn't look great. He does. This is Cody Carpentier's dog. He got that dog in him.
Got that dog.
He does, but man, I think. Let me ask you this: what do you think he's worth right now in a Superflex league, tight end premium? Like, can you sell for 2 seconds?
First and second, pretty easy.
I'm sorry, that's what I meant. I said 2 seconds. First and a second. Okay.
Yep.
I think Mike. I'll be honest. I'd probably sell for a single first if I could just get that. If that was all, but I get a first and a second. He's definitely gone too, man.
Unless you're in like one of these asshole leagues, like people trying to buy a Dalton Kincaid off me for a single first. Like, bitch, I spent a first on. Fucking sell me.
What's wrong with you, man? What'd you think about this, man? James Conner looked good.
Revenge game.
Yeah, that was a revenge game for sure.
Game.
That was a revenge game, and I guess here's the other thing for me, Mike, is what's up with Pittsburgh? That was a really weird showing for them today. They looked like shit.
I don't really think. Yeah, I mean they didn't look the greatest, but
I'm not gonna say they're some good team. Like they're really really good, but they're they seem to be in every game. They play fundamental football, and they got destroyed.
I want to give the props to Arizona, right?
I do
Not only
too.
have they beat the Steelers,
Yep.
But just think about it. Their other big win on the year, they beat the fuck out of Dallas.
Well, I was gonna say
we gloss over that one, like that never happened. But that was without Kyler Murray.
Here's the thing for me though. This win, especially we can kind of just skip the Pats Chargers as a whole, Mike. That game, but with them just winning this game. Mike, I think they might end up not even having a chance to get one of the top two quarterbacks now. So that whole thing might be to bed at this point.
They're a full game behind New England now, and I'm pretty sure.
Can I tell you who's not catching them? New England.
Yeah.
That team's really bad, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Full game behind New England now, so Patriots are up
there. Mike, let's see here. Nico Collins.
Yeah. Might be him, huh?
Nico, I apologize again.
Yeah.
I did say though.
Bad.
I did say I will at least defend myself in saying when I need into the playoffs, I'm not fucking sitting Nico Collins. All right?
Not bad.
All these CJ Stroud people, what does he have to do to say any one of these Jags can be okay? And Nico's not even a Jag, right?
No.
But man, CJ Stroud is just elevating the play of everyone. And CJ got hurt, came back.
John Mechie.
Well, how awesome he missed Mechie on that touchdown too. Like the one time the Mechie people could stand up and he fucking misses him, right? Fuck.
That was our moment. No. Nico Collins, awesome. And what do you think for Nico for the rest of the year?
He's on fire.
No Tank Dell.
Yeah, I was actually gonna get to that too. The injury. I didn't pull his hologram up because of the injury. What's the injury actually like? Do we know it's done for the year?
Broke his ankle.
Oh, it's over.
Ankle.
Shit, it's official. Wow, that's
fractured
done.
fibula.
So it's a wrap. He's done for the season.
Yeah, he's done. It's over.
That was a big win for them too, man. Like, is he gonna miss the playoffs probably too now? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's at least a 6-week recovery.
So we're talking 5 regular season. He might be able to come back if they make a win in the playoffs, maybe at best.
I think he's done.
I doubt he does. I'm just thinking out loud at this point, frankly. But
Look,
yeah, that's a huge loss for them though. And Nico's probably gonna eat in the playoffs now, man.
Pretty fucking stupid of their coaching staff, by the way, too. Let me just point that out.
That's fair.
They put him in line to block, which is exactly what you do with 5'8", 150-pound wide receivers. You put them in line, right in the pile of humanity. Fucking stupid. Dumb.
I don't know what to say, man.
People are going to be like, well, see, that's why, some people probably say that's why you don't go after these small receivers. Listen, I don't.
Dogs out here in heat.
It never really mattered his stature up until they decided to use him
as
a fucking extra tight end.
What you don't do though? Like, listen, his size wasn't a problem until you decided, let's start using him in like the in between the tackle areas. And
it's dumb, man. Hey,
well, you can't do
much. It's a fact of life, though. Big people break small people, so it's unfortunate. He was having a
big people break small people. There it is.
You got weight classes and all kinds of fighting, right?
Yeah.
You want to see fucking Francis Ngannou fight a flyweight? Fucking kill him. Be murder.
What'd you think of Javonte today?
Nah, this is why we weren't too excited about starting him on the old Start Sit show.
Mm-hmm.
He's just kind of been average.
He's okay. I mean, it's another just
meh.
Mike, 13 for 46 on the ground. Just I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's the Javonte thing has been a disaster ever since the hype train really started. Frankly, unfortunately, due to injury.
Yep.
All right, I don't really. Sutton had a great game. It seems like he also missed so many opportunities. Mike, my goodness.
He did. Russ was kind of off.
Russ was definitely off.
Fantasy points by running the ball and getting a
they
but
they also had every chance to win this fucking game, dude.
They did.
They
did. Houston was letting them have it, unloading the clip. It was a good game though, back and forth between the two.
It was
kind of entertaining to watch.
It was a good finish to watch. All right, let's just go to the Bucks Panthers without touching on the Bucks or the Panthers too much. Let's Mike Evans, man.
He is Himothy Evans. God, what a great trade on the start sit, 10 minutes before the fucking lineup's locked too. Just to throw Mike Evans in a deal, get it done, and then put him in my lineup. Suck it, Nick Bach. Eat shit.
162 and a touchdown. Added in right before the games to just give you a nice kick in the gonads, right?
You just fucking trade away Kyle Pitts, who hasn't done fuck all year. Get Mike Evans
all year. The last 2 years.
It's fair.
All right. Let me ask you then.
Yeah, he got 32 points in that league too, by the way. So
that's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, that's. I think that's pretty good. Eat shit.
Eat shit, Derek.
Well, the best part is he's one game ahead of me, but I got the points advantage. So now he goes from the 2 seed down to the 5 seed. Thanks, Mike Evans.
Thank you, bud. Thank you. What'd you think, Grant? Or Rashad White? What'd you think?
He's on fire!
I kind of feel bad for shitting all over Rashad White earlier in the season.
Yeah.
He's been surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Now, I'll enjoy it for the fantasy playoffs and then promptly trade his ass.
Okay.
See ya.
Mike, he's been really good, though, this year.
Yeah. Been really good. He's still a running back that's not named Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson. So, your dynasty outlook for 2024, I could give fuck all about. So,
I think, though, I'm starting to get more on the side of, in general, that position is I don't really care about 2024. I'll worry about running back in 2024 when I need it, So
yeah, I'll go find some
let me just keep locking in this Rashad White. Mike, here's the thing. The last 2 weeks, 100 yards on the ground. This week, 84 on the ground and a touchdown on the ground. Not to mention he has, receiving work wasn't great today, but he has that 3-4 catch floor, it feels like. It's just...
His fucking receiving work's better than Chris Godwin's.
Mike, you know what's crazy? I was Canton was rendering a one of these nice new creamsicle holograms, and I told her no. I told her no. Stop that one. Just we don't need it.
To do it, Chris Godwin.
Mike, I really don't even want to talk about the Chargers-Pats game as a whole. Like, I honestly feel like we got cheated out of Staley going because that game was so fucking terrible.
I'll talk about it from the lens of you're fucked with Ramondre for the rest of the fantasy playoffs. So
weren't you last week though?
Yeah, you were fucked in regardless, but some people still holding out hope for him. How about in basketball though? Maybe go send a fourth for Zeke. Maybe that gets done right before the playoffs. I don't know. Why not?
If you lick my balls, that's exactly what helps with shoulder pain. Puka might have licked some balls. He was right back in, man. That shoulder was fine.
The only thing I got to say about the Pats Chargers game is, hey, it's not all Mac Jones' fault, is it now, fuckers? At least he can put a few field goals on the board.
Bailey Zappi, stop it. No, all right. I'm a little more worried about Herbert though. I just want. Can we let this guy eat? Can we get? It's frustrating. I want to move on from this game, frankly, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, right. I do. It's a shitty game.
Okay.
Did nothing for no one, anywhere.
All right. Garrett Wilson, Falcons, Jets. Kind of another game I could skip on, but we can talk about it if you want.
How about another shitty backup quarterback getting benched? Who knew Tim Boyle was shit? Oh wait, everyone did.
I knew.
Jets.
I knew, and I still picked him up for really cheap in Dynasty, hoping to flip, and I wasn't able to do that.
Hey, they replaced him with an even shittier quarterback. Somehow, I didn't think it was possible. Sorry, Jets fans. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. All right, and for all you NFL fans out there who think you're funny with your tweets, Zach Wilson's the best healthy quarterback on the New York fucking Jets roster, and it's not close.
Wow. All right. I'll put him up here very briefly. Mike, now, here, this is the last game you got to get whatever you got to get out. So get it out. Get it out.
Getting it out.
Get it out, man, because next game is the last game of the day, and you know what's coming. So let it out, big fella. Let it out.
Falcons, fuck you. Arthur Smith, I hate you so much.
I mean, Mike, I actually genuinely am to the point. Every game they win, like, I actually hate Arthur Smith more because I want him to be gone.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Who do you want gone more, Staley or Arthur Smith?
Arthur Smith.
Me too.
Arthur Smith. Because at least under Staley,
sometimes the fantasy guys can eat. Yeah.
The offense sometimes eats. Right. He doesn't get the wins, and it's fun to make fun of. Under Arthur Smith, we're all fucked.
Yeah. I also had I had a bunch of holograms for this game, red and green, and they're gone. You don't get to see them. All right, Mike. It's time to shit or get off the pot, buddy. You ready?
Let's go.
Brock.
He did. He had a game.
Brock deserves a color hologram, man. This whole team. You know what's crazy, Mike? I had the color holograms flipped. The Eagles don't get theirs today, but
that's
man,
fair. We don't
I had the Kelly Green ones all queued up for you, buddy. They're not coming out today.
Maybe next week against Cowboys. We'll see.
All right, first let's start with the Niners. Let's address the people that are going to be yelling, screaming. Already are in the comments down here.
Yeah.
Where you at with Brock Purdy right now?
Same place I've always been.
Okay. No change after seeing him do this to, I would argue, the best defense, if it's not Cleveland, in the NFL.
He had a good game for fantasy.
Yeah.
He was efficient. He did what needed to win.
3-14-4 is
They
great.
won that game on a great defensive performance, right? Their defense played lights out. They beat the shit out of our offensive line, which I didn't see coming. They also beat the shit out of our defensive line with their offensive line, which I didn't see coming, and Deebo Samuel. And all Brock had to do was just not. He did a great job of that.
I mean, Mike, but here's the thing. This is his best performance of the season.
Yeah. Yep.
Versus this defense. I mean, I don't know what to say, man, but that's highly unexpected for me, and it at least makes me think a lot about Brock Purdy. And it's not that he's that great of a player per se, okay? Mm-hmm. But in this situation, he is in a position to eat, and right now he's just eating, man. Last week for Seattle, it wasn't like the greatest from him. You're still going to have plenty of down weeks. I don't think he's going to be the most safe floor quarterback. I really don't, even in this offense. But he's shown some upside that I didn't really think was there, and it really is due to the weapons. I mean, Debo, Christian McCaffrey, Ayuk, Kittle, these guys can all do stuff before and after the catch. So it's a dangerous place to be playing defense against.
And I see he's undefeated with Trent Williams and Debo Samuel healthy.
Mm.
And when you saw 3 games where they were out, what happened?
Those were his bad ones. Debo, man. Debo was a Debo-like freight train today. That boy was up to no good.
That's the dude right there, man. That's the dude.
He was reminiscent of his best self today. That dude was fucking balling today.
He had some motivation, man. He talked a lot of shit after that NFC Championship game, which he took the L in last year. So
I feel like this whole Niners team. I feel like this whole Niners team came with a lot of energy, man. They were ready today.
They sure did. I hope they keep that same energy in the playoffs and don't choke again. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're looking like they're in the driver's seat possibly to get the bye, right?
Do. But I tell you this, they have successfully pissed off the 2 teams in the NFC.
He's on fire!
In 1 year. Like, Dallas fucking hates him with passion. Philly sure as fuck hates him with the passion. It's gonna be interesting when they meet back up in the playoffs.
Fizzle says y'all keep raining on people's parades. They played in 3 straight rain games. What the fuck's up with that?
Yeah, weather's been bad.
Mike, I mean, if you had a Niner today, you're not disappointed at all, really.
No. No.
All right, let's
Unless
finish
it's
out.
Drake Greenlaw on IDP. You're like,
Yeah.
The first half.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's talk about your Eagles now. I mean, we kind of did. They just got. That's a pretty sweet flame right there for CMC.
Not too bad.
All right, DeAndre Swift, Mike, and the whole Eagles team. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way.
Yuck. Swift didn't do fucking anything. I mean, he was good in the receiving game, but it was all garbage time.
It was all dump off bullshit crap.
And he got lit up.
Dog.
Even when he was getting the usage.
How crazy was that?
That was horrible. Devontae Smith was probably the best one out of the group. Most consistent. A.J. Brown had some moments. And Jalen Hurts is still going to finish probably as the top 5 quarterback on the week. So, you want to talk about Brock Purdy as a fantasy quarterback, I will always just point to Jalen Hurts. Was it a good game for Jalen Hurts? Nope. Still top 5 in the week. That's what good fantasy quarterbacks do.
Timothy has this to say. Brock Purdy is a top 12 quarterback in fantasy and in the NFL.
Both of those are highly debatable.
Well, I would say the first fantasy one, I'm assuming that's talking about like for this season, right?
So you could make it, you could go like top 12-ish.
Yeah.
If you put the ish in there, then I think you're spot on.
I tend to agree. He's right. He's at this point got to be in the back end quarterback 1, high end quarterback 2 discussion. Ish. I guess would be the way. Yep. Oh man, Mike, I feel bad, man. Like, see, what y'all don't understand is this. Like, this man is going through agony. I can't.
He's still.
I'm up here trying to help the guy not feel so shitty, but the comments I just can't. They're coming for you.
That's fine. I mean, some people know football, and some people are Dallas Cowboys fans. That's how it goes.
That's something to say after this loss. Mike, let me ask you this. Now with this loss in this fashion today, what do you think the NFC playoff picture will finish as? And what are your predictions going forward? Because I think this shakes things up a little bit for me.
The Eagles are still a game up.
Yep.
Right? Still a game up. It's what happens when you're the 49ers and we all forget that they lost 3 consecutive games to Cleveland, the Vikings, and the Bengals.
Hey, listen, man, we just lost to the Rams, all right? But don't forget who the fuck beat up. P.J. Walkered. Yeah. We P.J. Walkered them Niners,
P.J.
all right?
Walkered. P.J.
Walkered them Niners, all right? Mike, here's the thing, though. And the NFC, right? You got the Eagles at 10-2, Niners at 9-3, Lions at 9-3, and obviously the Cowboys at 9-3. So,
yep.
Eagles, Mike, they need to get out of their own way here to finish up, right? They got what do they got? The Seahawks and they got the Cowboys next week, right?
Cowboys next week, Seahawks, and then 3 cupcakes.
They get two games versus the Giants, which is just brutal.
Right.
The Cardinals are still cupcakes, but I just hope the Eagles are woken up after this.
Fortunately for your Niners, the Niners fans out there, Seahawks, cupcake and the Cardinals, then the Ravens, cupcake and the Commanders, and then the Rams to finish it off for them.
Yeah, the good thing is, though, they have the Seahawks, Ravens, and Rams at the crib, which is nice. They're at Arizona and at the Commanders. And then the Cowboys obviously play next week. They play Philly. But what do we got after that?
Just pulling her up here to see what the Dallas Cowboys have. So look at the Eagles.
Ooh, at the
On
Bills.
the road at the Bills. Then they're at the Dolphins. Then they're home versus the Lions.
Oh my goodness.
And they play the Commanders. So
that's a gauntlet. If they come out of that gauntlet clean, they probably deserve to get that bye.
So Eagles got a 1-game lead. Can't afford to drop one though because they have the head-to-head versus San Francisco. So
correct.
Hey, I think they'll probably still finish as the number 1 seed.
Let me ask you this: if the Eagles were to lose to the Cowboys, what would the tiebreaker be between those two teams? Since they're split,
that'd be a tough one.
Yeah, I don't actually know.
It's going to be a conference record or overall in division.
Oh yeah, that's right. The AFC,
and then it'll go to the conference.
It'll be the NFC East record, right?
Yes.
So then let's see what we got with that.
And obviously the Eagles haven't lost one in the NFC East. I don't think Dallas has either, though.
Nope.
Yes, they have. They lost to the Eagles, but that would be null and void if they beat the Eagles next time out.
Let me just say this last thing about fantasy real quick.
The thing that will come back to haunt Dallas.
Okay.
Right. If this all finishes up even, the thing that's going to come back to haunt Dallas is losing the game to the Cardinals because they're in the NFC.
Oh, big time. That's true. That's a bad loss.
They would finish with identical records, identical losses within the conference, and split their series. But Philly would win the tiebreaker due to conference record, and Dallas lost to the Cardinals, while the Eagles lost to the Jets. So,
Mike, let me ask you this then. Like to me, the crazy part about this is it felt like Jalen Hurts did not have his day. Like let's just
Nope.
But here's the thing. This is where this guy, until further notice, is just a cheat code, Mike. Like, he'd have to have a really fucking bad day to not be in the, quarterback 1 conversation for the week.
Right. Well, he just basically starts off with a 6-point rushing touchdown every single week, don't it feel like?
Mike, here's literally on Sleeper, just to give people an idea. On Sleeper, right now I'm looking. Now this is just one of my leagues that I'm in. It may be slightly different than this, but it's pretty standard scoring other than 6-point passing touchdown, slight bump in rushing, 0.2 points per carry. Week 1 was quarterback 19. Since then, Mike, he has been locked in as a top 12 quarterback every week, and primarily is a top 5 option. 1, quarterback 4, quarterback 3, quarterback 2, quarterback 5, 5, 3, 2, and 4 as of right now. So more often than not, he's a quarterback, a top 5 quarterback in fantasy, whether he plays well or not. That's the crazy part about him. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yep.
Like, they played like shit today. Everyone would agree with that, including them. And he's still a top 5 quarterback on the week.
Yep.
That is a cheat code, man. That is an absolute cheat code. So
if
you have him, just need him to stay healthy, man.
Right?
Josh
Allen's
Allen.
got the same thing going for him, don't he?
Correct.
Those are probably the only 2 quarterbacks in fantasy that you can say that about, to be completely honest.
That's true. And Josh Allen, the thing is, they're like actually not having a good season. He's still quarterback 1, just locked and loaded. So, rough day for Eagles fans. Rough day for the Eagles. A lot of football still have to be played, and to get to the playoffs, they still absolutely are in the driver's seat if they get out of their own way for getting the bye.
Tonight, is it too much to ask for Patrick Mahomes to finally be fucking Patrick Mahomes?
Can I tell you something, though? Like, I'll just say on this, Mike, it feels like he's been 26 drops the other day. Like, can we just get guys that catch the fucking ball?
No, he's had 26 drops. He had 26 drops on the year. It wasn't in just one game.
I know, but that's ridiculous, though.
Yeah, but that's fine. But can I just get Patrick Mahomes to be Patrick Mahomes? Like,
I'm with you.
Drops, whatever. I don't care what we got to do to fix it. just fantasy gods make Patrick Mahomes Patrick Mahomes.
All right, fair enough. I can get
That's
behind
all
that.
I want.
I have
care
plenty
how
of
they do it.
Mahomes shares. So all right.
If we want to like angels in the outfield this motherfucker and like place the ball in MVS's hands as he's running down the field, that's fine. Let's do that.
All right, I'm with you.
that.
Let me ask you this then. Do you think it's going to happen? Like it feels like we've had one performance this year, maybe two at most, that are like Mahomes-esque. Do you think this team just needs to upgrade the weaponry?
I think we're heading for a Patrick Mahomes somewhere in the QE 7 to 10 finish.
Oh,
Or
okay.
points per game, wherever the fuck we're at. And next year, Adam, we're going to spend a lot of the offseason discussing who's the 101 in startups. We'll be right back there like we were a couple years ago.
Can I say this? I almost kind of want that to happen because I remember very vividly when he was the 103 and they just lost Tyreek Hill. And he said, all right, yeah. Okay, y'all motherfuckers. Y'all motherfuckers.
Got it.
All right. We appreciate everyone tapping in. We'll see you back here, same time, same place, with more color recaps, more holograms next week, which is like the last week to get in or out of the fantasy football playoffs, man. We're
Crunch
almost
time.
here. This
Crunch
is it.
time. We're going to lose half our audience after next week.
We'll still be here, whether you're there or not. So
We'll still be here.
we love you. We'll see you back here, same time, same place next week. We're out of this thing. Peace.